More cowbell!
All right.
Such
excitement.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of our show. How about a round of applause for the players? Thank you.
Are you ready now?
Yes.
We're going to start the second half with another game. Well, that's a big surprise. Before I tell you about it, I'm going to ask you for suggestions. Give me an emotion or a mood or a state of mind that you'd like to be in.
Illusion.
What?
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy, ecstatic, an ecstatic frame of mind, mood thing. That's very good. Let's talk about what is something that you probably take it for granted, but if you didn't have it, you would really be up a creek.
Blackberries. Oxygen.
Oxygen, that's good. What was one thing?
Toilet paper.
What?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Toilet paper. Let's go with toilet paper. And yes, you would be. Finally, I want an animal that you would never, ever describe as cute.
Hardball.
What was this?
Sea cucumber.
Blobfish. A blobfish. A blobfish. Okay, so this game we're going to do is called Superheroes. And we are going to start with one superhero on stage. That will be Andy. And there's going to be a great world crisis that Andy and his superhero friends are trying to deal with. But Andy will be on first, and as the game progresses, his superhero friends will come on. And as each new one comes on, whoever was on stage just before them will give them their superhero name. These are the other superheroes lined up as we were waiting patiently.
This is a blobfish.
So that's a.
Oh my God.
That was,
so
I
cute.
don't know. I think he's kind of cute.
He's cute.
Okay. Anyway. So, and the crisis that they're dealing with, obviously, is all the toilet paper in the world is just mysteriously disappearing. And Andy, our first superhero, is of course ecstatic blobfish man. Take it away.
Where did it go? Oh goodness. Oh, my toilet paper is gone. There's none in the closet. All my toilet paper is gone. Oh, that's okay. I look good. Oh, I look bad. I'm happy, but I'm sad. Oh my gosh, I need some help. Let me just check the news here. And oh my gosh, toilet paper is gone everywhere. This is terrible. I need help from my superhero friends.
I came as fast as I could.
Oh, thank goodness you're here, massaging drill sergeant. It's missing everywhere.
Drop it, give me 20. Drop it, give me 20. 20 rolls of toilet paper. Drop it, give me 20.
I can't find any toilet paper. We need help.
Oh my God, I think we need someone to help. Help! I'm so glad you're here, spell check speed walker. We have no toilet paper.
Don't go to the bathroom here.
Oh, let me see.
Stand up straight. Chin down. Chest out.
I have 3 chins.
Oh my God! No wonder you need toilet paper! We have no toilet paper. What shall we do?
P-A-P-E-R.
I'm so happy you're here.
We need some help.
I think we need more help because there's.
I came as fast as I could.
Oh, so glad you're here, sleepy man with tickle fingers.
Drop it, give me 20! Drop it, give me 20! Drop it, nobody drop it! I'm gonna drop it, give myself 20! I will find some toilet paper!
T-I-C-K-L-E.
If you go to sleep, maybe you won't need toilet paper. We can just put everybody to sleep.
Good point. I'll leave.
We just make the whole world go to sleep.
S-L-E-E-P. Bye-bye.
Well, that's right. We don't need toilet paper.
Well now, how many of you have sometime in your life applied for a job?
Yeah.
No? Well, the rest of you, everybody's applied for a job. This is a game called You're Hired. Now what's going to happen here is Diane, who's sitting in this chair will always be the person who is doing the hiring. They're interviewing somebody for the job. This person here is always applying for the job. You're going to get us started, but as the game goes along, people are going to get tapped in or out. As they get tapped out, if this person changes, the job will change. Got it? Mm-hmm. Players, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what our first job is. What type of job is Deborah applying for?
Firefighters.
Plastic surgeon.
What was that?
Digging the septic tank.
Digging the septic tank and you had?
Zookeeper.
Refuse collector. Boy, pretty close. Digging a septic tank. Players, are you ready?
Ready!
Begin!
Oh, Brenda, I see here that you've worked in several banks.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, what's that behind you?
Where?
Oh my God. Yes, I worked in banks,
Okay, what?
but I'm suspicious of the banker.
Okay, have you ever gone to the bathroom at the bank?
Oh, I need to go to the bathroom now.
Oh, good, that'll help. I'm trying to find some experience here, I'm stretching.
Do you have good tools so that I don't hurt myself?
We have very good tools, we have very good clothing, you won't be smelly at all.
Well,
That's very
I'm all about the clothing. It has to be particularly fashionable.
Oh, well, it comes in yellow rubber, and black rubber, and blue rubber.
I love rubber.
Well, I'm glad that you love rubber clothing. Now, how are you about being enclosed in a small area within the rubber clothing? Do you perspire a lot?
Yes, that's the best part.
Okay, and in what position are you best? Standing or sitting for long periods of time?
Well, sitting with my arms behind me locked up is how I was for a long time. Do you have a problem with people who are in prison and just got out because I'm innocent, those 5 people stabbed themselves?
How much care what you do, how well can you keep 5 objects in the air?
Well, I can keep 5 objects in the air real good. I'm a juggler.
Well, let me ask you this, how are you with puppies?
I can juggle puppies.
So, we need someone to take the ice, cut the ice, and then deliver it to the restaurants. Can you do that?
I'm a little confused about the cotton part.
Well, have you had any training with ice picks?
I've had a lot of training with ice picks. They're long, they're sharp, I know exactly how to use them.
Ooh, you sound very good, very capable. But can you touch cold ice without wearing gloves?
For a prolonged period of time, yes, I have some of the warmest hands on the planet.
Oh, warm hands are going to be great because when we go out to the sea, what you're going to need to do is hold on to the fish. Can you hold on to a good fish?
Let's just back up a little bit about that sea thing, because I'm not real good on the rough oceans.
You don't need to be good on rough oceans when you're manning my coffin because I'm a vampire.
Understand the importance of those cabinets locked for security.
Well, I didn't bring my keys. I don't know what I'm going to do without my keys.
Well, if you don't need the keys, can you show me at least how you're gonna lasso the termites?
A toothpick is the perfect time to do that. You just stab it in there.
You're hired.
Oh,
All right, we're just whipping through the show now.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next game is a fan favorite. It's called Instruction Manual. And it's the whole troop's going to be playing. And they're going to be telling you about basically an instruction manual. Everybody's seen an instruction manual. You get them with various products. And this is an elimination game. So as we go through the game, since I'm running the game, I'll be eliminating people one by one. So the idea here is that they'll be giving us tips and all kinds of different chapters to the manual for something that absolutely needs no instructions. Normally, in the past we've done cotton balls, things like that. So give me something that needs no instructions whatsoever. Knees. Knees? Knees. I like that.
Wait,
Knees.
Knees.
So,
I would like an instruction.
So this game is going to be an instruction manual on knees. So how it's going to work is I'm going to be sitting in this chair and I'm going to be pointing at people. And when I point at them, They need to speak. Now, if they're in the middle of saying something and I point to somebody else, they're going to need to continue, whether it's mid-word or whatever it is, and continue the sentence. If they goof up, if they repeat the word, if they go blank, whatever it is, then we go, there, they sit down, and we'll start with a new chapter. So that's how it's going to go until we get down to toward the end. So if everybody's ready, our first chapter is going to be warnings. And so I'm going to give everybody a chance to share a warning about knees.
Warning, when using your knees, never bend them backwards.
They will break and you'll regret it. It's a horrible thing to go backwards. Always bend them forward.
Warning, old knees are very old.
Warning, only 2 knees are required for most humans.
Warning, knees can be replaced, but it's very expensive.
Warning, these can buckle.
Warning, keep caps on at all times.
Warning, knees going past 0 degrees is a problem.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, there's your warnings. Now, I'd like to know something that you'd like to know about knees. So,
How to maintain your knee.
how to maintain your knees. Chapter 1 will be how to maintain your knees. Players, you ready?
Yes!
Begin.
Kneecaps must be kept warm at all times. This can be done.
By putting furry objects on them. And they will continue to,
Play right there on your knees, but they sometimes do that kneading thing.
And therefore, you've got to be careful to move very
Quickly, because you must run away from anything that looks like it can eat you.
You certainly
Don't want to be eaten to by a lion.
Okay.
How to clean your
What else would you like
How
to know?
to clean your
How
knees.
to clean your knees. Chapter 2. Players, you ready?
Yay!
And begin.
Cleaning your knees is very simple. All you have to do is take some warm water and
Take it all over your knees, all over your toes.
using a very soft cloth.
and you might want to get those critters.
Up over the fast part of your lower part.
And under the bed of the knee cap, which is where the soft
Part is especially
Difficult to reach. And other thing you want,
to do is make sure that on the
Stroke down.
yeah, flush up a little bit and then down.
2 down toward the ankle.
Troubleshooting.
Unique uses for your knee. Chapter 3. Chapter 3.
Whatever.
Next chapter.
Knees are highly versatile. They can be used for mobility.
and also for protecting yourself against someone attacking you. You simply have
To take your knee, hit them in the chin.
and wait, because there will be
A period of time when they will make a very groaning noise when you knee them.
Especially when it's your child.
which can be fun and also
very, very irritating.
period.
We're tough judges here. Okay, our next chapter, what else do you want to know about knees? This is really informative. What was that? I heard something there?
Shaving.
Shaving knees. So these are tips.
Storage.
These are tips for shaving knees, and we'll pick that up. Shaving.
Unfortunately, knees are not the most smooth of objects. And when you need to shave them, you have to have a very, very,
Very, very sharp razor and
I suggest not shaving them at all because what could
What happened?
What was our suggestion over here? Proper storage of your knees. Excellent, excellent. Everybody needs to know. Proper storage of your knees. We have 4 players left. Let's see who can do this. Begin.
the original cabinet for your knees was given to you by God. which is skin and flesh
And bones and eyelashes.
And cartilage, because everybody loves cartilage.
Cartilage was meant to last a lifetime. Be careful how you use it.
But if you want to really store
It very, very well. Make sure that you are keeping them
Lubricated, because lubrication,
inside your pants is
is the long life.
no, we're good.
You almost threw me.
Okay, we have knee troubleshooting.
when down on your knees to ask your loved one
If they want to marry you, I suggest
that you go to Alaska
And use a snowplow
to make sure
they are in the same.
every single time.
No, ladies and Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our last two players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for another topic that you guys are really wanting to know about knees.
Warranty.
Warranties? Warranties, knee warranties, absolutely. So what we're going to do to decide this here is I'm going to point at both of them. They're both going to start talking at the same time. When I decide whose story I like, then I'll keep pointing to them and they'll continue in that fashion until one of them gives out. Like
Warranty's final chapter.
Final chapter. Ready, begin.
knees are
Surprisingly
only
enough,
warranted
your knees
for the
were provided
life
for you
of
with
the
a
human
lifetime
being.
warranty.
However, if you live past 30 years old, watch out then.
Because that warranty suddenly isn't as great as it
Was when you were 20, because old people don't have.
stairs. And stairs will mess up your knees.
Every day you try to climb and climb
And if you're in China or Asia or something like that, you have to be down
on your knees, which makes them crumble.
pieces.
And you have to check with your
Doctor to see if he can put all the pieces
together unless you have lost.
Humpty Dumpty.
You have to get the eggshells.
Wow. Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be Dave, Diane, Peggy, or Ray right now. I can tell you.
Half-Life.
We are going to play a game called Half-Life.
I highly recommend it.
Say hi,
This is a game called Half-Life. What we're going to do is set up the scene between these four players that is provided by you. Yes. Just checking to see if you're still here. And we're going to go through the scene, and then after that, we're going to see if we can reduce the scene, sort of make it a Reader's Digest version, and then a smaller version and a smaller version, but get the whole scene out to you as it should be. Okay, do we have a timer? Who's our timer?
Go.
Okay, I'll do it. So, what we need here is a suggestion for where these four people might be meeting. In the jungle. You're meeting in the jungle. Okay, you are in the jungle. And we're going to have 1 minute to set this scene up. And everything's going to happen in 1 minute. We're going to find out why they're in the jungle, what's going on in the jungle, and anything else you wanted to know about the jungle. So, players, are you ready?
Yes.
This is Half-Life.
Watch out for the vines, they're poisonous. Oh, that's a big problem. My husband likes to fly on those vines. I'm looking for him. There he goes. Ah, dear. I didn't realize you were natives. Well, sort of. He's a native. I came from somewhere else. How'd you tell from the way I talk? You Oh, another native.
Ernie!
What is over for dinner?
Well, I am a cannibal,
Oh.
and I believe you're in my jungle.
I'm a visitor from another country, and I've always wanted to meet the natives of this particular jungle. Well, I think you should eat her first.
Oh! Good idea.
You can wrap her up in my vine.
I have might like instead?
Well, yeah.
And time. Okay, did you all pay attention to that fabulous scene? I certainly hope they paid attention. Because they are going to recreate that exact scene just as you saw it with no parts missing whatsoever in 30 seconds. Players, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's begin.
Watch out the vines, lady. These are poisonous
Well, my husband
vines.
really likes those vines. He's
Oh, here you are, dear. Oh, I didn't realize you were natives.
Well, he's a native. I was born elsewhere. Can't you tell?
You're natives.
You want to come for dinner?
Oh, yes, I have a cannibal.
Oh.
I would like to eat someone.
You can wrap her up.
Eat her first.
Oh.
Wait, I have a caliber in my backpack.
Ooh.
And time.
All right, that'll do. I've put together such a fabulous troupe. I think if they could do it in 30 seconds, do you think they could do it in 15 seconds? Yeah! Why not? Players, without missing any of that, begin.
Watch out the vines, they're
My husband
poisonous.
really likes them.
Poor natives.
You're back. Hey. I'm cannibal.
Come for
Here,
dinner.
you can wrap her up in my line.
You're delicious.
Caliber.
If they could do it in 15 seconds, I'm sure they could do it in 7.5 seconds. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Vines, natives.
Come to dinner.
In my jungle. You're cannibal. I'm a cannibal.
Can I say they're just fabulous? Because if they did it in 7.5 seconds, why couldn't they do it in 4 seconds? 4 seconds! Players, are you ready?
Yes.
The whole problem with this game is they get tired, but they have so much energy, I think they could do it in 2 seconds. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Begin! Do we dare? Yes? 1 second. Players, are you ready?
Ready.
Begin! All right. I probably need a breath of fresh air after that. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Gee, I know a song coming on, Dave.
I can't sing.
You know that, but
Not now.
that's okay. Catch your breath because we'll let CJ handle this.
Well, how's everybody doing? I heard earlier today, and I don't remember who it was, someone out here had a particular problem today. Who was it that had a bit of a problem today? You willing to share? Someone ran into some kind of trouble? But did you have some trouble with some plumbing or something, sir?
Gas leak, yeah.
A gas leak? What kind of trouble was
From
that?
where?
I don't know, I said, the PG&E shut down all 3 units for
The
gas.
gas company shut down all the gas for all the units today. And your name, sir?
Oh,
Paul. Paul's gas. Okay. So this is the Irish drinking song. Paul's trouble with the SDG&E shutting down the gas for all the units today.
Terrible.
Paul had his gas shut off.
He couldn't cook a thing.
Where to go?
So we went out for wings.
He called SDG&E, told them he was mad.
He waited and waited and waited and waited.
And then he got really sad.
The gas was on for a long time.
And so he said, oh no!
He sat down to watch TV.
And he went, oh, blow! He looked at all their colors.
And and he went to this hill.
He went up to the gas man.
And it's such a thrill.
Oh,
Oh, he didn't know what to do.
He called his mom and dad.
He went and was very sad, and couldn't think around.
He did some other things.
And then he got something.
That was why I said,
So, if you lose your power,
And you don't have any gas, look to someone else's house.
Make sure you put on a mask.
Run down to your neighbor.
don't be all so sad.
And then call refugee again.
Because the gas is down.
Oh, all right, well, you had a good time this evening?
Yeah.
Time has just rushed by. Where's Miss Diane? She went to get
She went to get the things from her
She
hat.
went to get the scenes from a hat, and we need her cowbell.
Oh, we're doing a cowbell right on. All right. So this is everyone's favorite game. How this works is I have a hat full of suggestions, and our members here are going to do their best to attempt to enact the scenes from this hat. Players, are you ready?
Ready!
Awesome. Where's your turn?
Whatever you
All right.
want. You're in charge.
I'm in charge. I think I want to use this. All right. So let's see, players, what we have here. The wrong thing to say when he or she says, I love you.
I love you.
I have teeth.
I love you.
oh, I told you already that, didn't I?
I love you.
Can I have $100?
I love you.
I just came here to fix the gas.
All right. Okay. In opportune times to laugh hysterically.
I'm sorry.
Honey, I ran over the kid. I love you.
All right. Things you never want to hear your grandmother say.
Grandpa, put on those Speedos.
I have 2 rows of teeth.
I took you out of the will.
Favorite one of the night. Okay. Phrases you can use to describe a truck, but not your girlfriend.
Monstrous!
Thank you.
Electric.
Nice wheels.
Yeah, there ain't much tread left on her tires.
That flatbed is really flat.
Okay.
Oh.
Secret. Oh. You want one more?
One more.
One more.
Go.
Yeah, when you blow that exhaust out, you can hear it for miles.
All right. What models say to each other as they pass each other on the runway?
I love your boyfriend.
Bitch.
I'm so hungry. That was great. Do we have time for one more?
Sure. Bring it
All
on.
right. Let's see what we have here. Little known facts about Henry.
Nah, I can't say it.
Yep, when he blows out that exhaust.
Yes, 2 rows of tea.
Yes, it is monstrous. Have a good time. You were fabulous. We're going to line up outside so we can thank each and every one of you for coming this evening. We really appreciate it. Our next show is August 12th. There's flyers on the table. If you want to get tickets, our show sells out really quickly. So please do so. Contact any of the players. They'll know how to get you tickets if you're friends with them. If you're not friends with them, contact them anyway.
We want the friends.
But let's thank them one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Lear. Diane Johnson. Deborah Zimmer. Amy Snyder. CJ Miller. Ray Hernandez. Lisa Wayne. The co-founder of Renegade State Lindsay.
Just a couple quick announcements. Number one, thank you so much for coming and supporting our troupe, especially our regulars all the time. I want to mention the Broadway Theater. Has anybody not been to the Broadway Theater to see one of their great productions? They have great productions. They're on the webpage. Go to the Broadway Theater in Vista. They're starting their new season in a couple months. They have great shows. And also our flyer for our next show and our email card list. And thank you again for coming.